Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I'm your yarn host, Jennifer. Hi. Today's Monday, and before we get started, today's not going to be a typical Monday Makes video, although it kind of is. I'm just clearing room on my table that I know that I'm going to need, because today it has been 7 days since the challenge with KAYLA. And I have not talked to KAYLA at all this week because I'm going through some issues, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But I have been watching her updates. She is probably making better progress than I am at this point. There have been a lot of days in the past 7 days where I have not at all crocheted or been able to crochet. The members know what's going on. There's a little bit more that happened after I made my members video, so like whatever. But on Monday I generally come on and I'm gonna warn you, I'm not my normal self today. I'm also hot and sweaty because I've been spending time outside today, because I have been doing a lot of, I'm not doing a lot of work because I can't, but I've been doing a lot of supervising and pointing to where things need to go and what needs to be done, and I've been trying to micromanage my helpers. My helpers, of course, are my two kids. I know that my niece would be helping if she was here, but she is not. She is in college. But I'm going to call him my new child because I'm going to adopt him probably. Juju's boyfriend is assisting. He is incredibly helpful, and I kind of like him. I'm gonna be honest. I asked, and I don't ask for help unless I absolutely know that I absolutely need the help, and so that speaks volumes. And I was like, do you think like he would be willing to come over and help us decorate for Halloween? And he jumped on it because he's a good kid. Well, he's a kid. I mean, he's an adult, but he's a kid. He came over. He's been assisting. The kids actually went to go get some slushies. We're at our midpoint in the day. We only have about half of the decorations up, but they are making very light work for me, which is fantastic. It's a blessing that he is here and he's willing to help. I'm just gonna say that. But I really, really wanted to get decorated for Halloween, and Mr. Cinnamon really wants to do it big this year, because this is possibly if all goes well, this is our last Halloween in this house, and the neighborhood loves our house for Halloween. We are one of the best houses in the neighborhood. We used to be the best, but I drove around last night and a lot of people are up in their game and getting their Halloween decor on. So I say now we used to be the best, but now we are one of the best Halloween houses in the neighborhood. And I'm really glad to see that, because I love Halloween. I love playing pretend. I love dressing up. I love the fun of it. And every time I mention Halloween, I get someone who is offended by Halloween. I'm sorry that you're offended by Halloween. It's all fun and games to us. It's not like we're out there worshiping the devil. It's not like that for us. We're out there having a good time. But can't take anything too seriously in this life. I'm telling you, life is too short, and just don't take things so seriously. Like, not everything is that serious. Not everything is so black and white. It's really not. I am a Christian. I am 100% a Christian. I'm not scared of things like that. You know, I'm not scared of Halloween. I'm not scared of pretending. I'm not scared of none of that. So, whatever. It is what it is, right? Like I said, I'm not myself today. I admit that. I didn't want to come in here. I got strict orders from the hospital to not actually work at all up until Monday. I'm not even supposed to be working. Today's Sunday. I'm supposed to not be doing anything. But, Mr. Cinnamon was like, just go make your video, because otherwise it's going to bother you that you didn't make it. So this is probably going to be a way shorter than a normal Monday Makes video. And I really want to talk about the 7 day progress I have made. I am wearing my apple beret just to show you the other thing that I made this week, because in case you didn't see the tutorial, I made 2 apple berets. I made the green one and I made the red one, which Juju wore to the apple orchard, which I posted that photo on Instagram, so go to my Instagram and check that out and you'll see her at the apple orchard. She got so many compliments on her beret at the apple orchard, so I'm telling you, if you make one of these berets, you will absolutely get complimented, especially if you go to places where there's apples. She really was, she was excited, and her boyfriend's actually the one that took the picture of her in the apple orchard. He's so proud of that picture, and he's proud that she asked him to take. It's so cute. They're so cute. Isn't it just wonderful to look at young people and like, oh, young love. It's so sweet and innocent. That's all I've made this week. Like I said, I'm sweaty. It's hot outside. I just wanted to show that. The only other thing I've worked on is this blanket. I'm going to be real honest. When I started the 7-day challenge, I was cocky. And I was like, 7 days, I can make a full blanket. I know for a fact I can make a full blanket. I was worried that I was going to show KAYLA up because I was like, if I crochet too much, is it going to make it look like I'm trying to show KAYLA up? Because that's not my intent. She crochets fast for only having a handful of fingers. Like, she crochets fast. I'm going to tell you, when she lost, I think it was her middle finger, I sent her a special video encouraging her that she's still going to be able to crochet, and I sent her a little gadget to help her figure that out. And I'm not taking credit for any of that, because that's just her perseverance shining through. But I tried desperately crocheting with just my thumb and trying to keep my fingers out of the way. I tried doing what she does, and I can't. I mean, I probably could if I had no other choice. But the fact that she crochets so fast, and she's making me look bad this week. God help me. I really, at the beginning of the week, I was like, I have to slow down because I don't want to make her look bad. And here she's making me look bad. I did not see that one coming at all. God is like, God is showing me. He's like, you're a little too big for your boots there. Like, you get a little bit too arrogant. He knocked me down a couple pegs. I'm gonna be real honest. I'm gonna show you what you can't do this week. And it's been a whole lot of that. It's been a whole lot of, I'm gonna show you what you can't do this week. I'm not going into details about the hospital or what's going on, because I don't want to. I'm tired of feeling sorry for myself, and I just don't want to discuss it right now. I am fine. I will be okay. I have doctor's appointments this week. I am going to tell you the story about the chiropractor, though, because that man has magic hands. You guys already know that I'm having some issues with my neck and my back and all that stuff, so it's all that crap. But there's been several days where I'm like, I cannot crochet today because I was given painkillers and I couldn't crochet because my brain was not correct. I was at the hospital. I was laid up in pain. I could not move, so I was not crocheting. There were several of those days this week. Okay, I'm just going to say that. And I'm okay, and I'm going to be okay. I'll just say that. I have made way more on this blanket than I thought I was going to make because I'm using a big hook. I'm using a 10mm. This is an Omi hook. This one was actually sent to me in Happy Mail. This is Omi. These are available. I'm going to have to change my battery in a minute. These are available on Amazon. They're in my Amazon store if you're ever interested. You can buy as many as you want, as few as you want. Omi are my favorite hooks. They are one of my favorite hooks. Now, I was watching KAYLA, and KAYLA's big ball video was hilarious to me, and I laughed through the whole thing. I just laughed through her video because I swear she was talking directly to me, because she's talking about a gray ball of yarn from Michael's, and it was the Endless Impeccable, and she said we all got them for like $7 for these big giant balls. I didn't remember that I paid $7, but I probably did because they were expensive when they came out, and then they all got clearanced out, and I showed you these balls in the big ball video. And several people counted. I said between 49 and 51 times big balls. So, there you have it. In case you guys were keeping track, several people did count how many times I said big balls in that video. Now, Kayla was talking about the gray ball of yarn. I kid you not, I'm sitting, and this is before a lot of the stuff happened last week. It was like the beginning of the week. It was the day we released our videos. And I'm watching Kayla, and I'm crocheting on my blanket. And I'm working with the exact ball of yarn she's talking about. And I'm sitting on the couch before Kayla said anything. And I showed Juju, I was like, this is not the ball. But I turned the balls to her, and I was like, I made all of this. How is this ball not getting smaller? Where did this come from out of this ball? And she's like, I don't know. I said, this ball's not shrinking. And I'm not joking. The balls are not shrinking. I don't know if it's not cold enough. I don't know what is. The balls are not shrinking, okay? I just got done having that conversation with Juju, and I'm watching Kayla, and Kayla goes, I have that gray ball, and she's explaining the Endless Impeccable. And she's all, and I've made so many borders on blankets, and I swear the ball's not getting smaller, it's getting bigger. And I died laughing. Like, I was laughing like a crazy person on the couch. And I looked at Juju, I said, did you hear her? She's talking about the same ball of yarn I'm working with. I told you they're not getting smaller. I told you. So, the blanket looks way bigger than what I feel like I've done. Because, I'm getting a battery out because we're almost out. I'm using a big hook, and I'm using double strands of yarn. So I feel like it's a lot bigger. It seems a lot bigger than it should be. I know that probably it makes sense to crocheters. Okay, because you're using 2 strands of yarn, it's getting bigger faster. But if I was using a smaller yarn, if I was just using 1 strand of yarn and a regular size hook, this strip would be like probably this thick. I'll be right back. So, I'm going to show you what I've worked, what the blanket I'm doing. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I'm not going to hold it up more than a second, so if you really want to look at it, pause the video when I hold it up because it's heavy. And I'm not supposed to be lifting anything. And then I will show you the balls and how I don't understand the math of how much is in the blanket versus how much is not coming out of that ball. We'll talk about all that. Now, what I decided to do, because I get bored to tears when I'm working with solid yarns, and these, even though it's 2 shades, it's purple and gray, it's a dark color, which bores me, and it's all the same color, so that bores me. And because I really want to use the entire ball up, I am doing a sampler of my own making, okay? So, I'm going to show you this way. I'm working it this way, but it's over 6 feet long, because I wanted a wide blanket that fit me. And I'm doing, this is the correct side. And I know it's hard to see because I don't have my big light on, so I'm just going to hold it. These are the stitches I've used. I am doing every couple of rows, every 2 to 3 rows, I am adding a specialty stitch or a different stitch. And I started off like, oh, I'll do half double crochets because half double crochets are my favorite. But then I'm like, double crochets are bigger and they work up faster. So then I switched to double crochets. Okay, so this is the side I started on. So I did this much. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do a star stitch. So I did a star stitch. 2 more rows of whatever stitch is there. I think this is the bean stitch. Couple rows of double crochet. This has a bunch of names. I learned this from Lilo N Stitches. It's like the cross back stitch or something like that. the hatchback. I call it the haystack stitch. Couple more rows of double crochet. This is 2 rows of granny stitch. Couple rows, well actually no, I did 2 rows of granny stitch, half double and then half double in the back loop only. The bottom back, the 3rd loop. Again, couple rows of double, and I've been mixing in doubles and half doubles. And then I did a popcorn stitch, not to be confused with the bean stitch. And then I did some weird wobbly stitch here that doesn't show up at all. Well, you can kind of see it where it goes up and then down and up and down. I did 2 single crochets, half double, 2 double, half double, 2 singles, half double, 2 doubles, half double, 2 singles, all the way across. And then when I went back to the next row, I put singles on top of the doubles and doubles on top of the singles and half doubles on top of the half doubles. And you can't really see it, but it's in here somewhere. You can kind of see where it goes. See it? And then because that didn't really show up, I did this stitch, which is called the Celtic stitch or the Celtic knot stitch or something. So it's back loop only 2 this way and 2 that way. And then the next row you do 2 on top and 2 on that. So it looks like a big giant X. Now what's crazy is the back side of that stitch looks way cooler than the front side of the stitch. And then I did doubles again. And then this is a stitch from my stitch dictionary. And it's big giant bobble stitches that are like rosettes or pockets. And that's actually 2 rows of those. And now we're back to doubles. So we've done like I said, I wanted to have this blanket done, but my body, I dropped it on the floor. Let me grab a different one. Because I'm not supposed to bend over. I thought I was going to be done, but my body was like, no. We're not even close. We can't crochet most of this week. I got most of this done the first day and yesterday. Because I went to the chiropractor and yesterday I was able to actually do a lot, and then I did too much and now today I'm in pain again. So, stupid Jen. I got 36 inches this way. Which, I mean, that's technically a whole baby blanket. And then I am knocking so much stuff on the ground. This is probably close to 6 feet this way. That's what it looks like. And we're done lifting arms. We're done. That's enough of that. I have put my balls in my bag. This is my ball bag, or my ball sack, if you will. And this is for big balls only. This is my Fall Out Boy shirt. It's not a shirt. It says, "Nowhere left for us to go but heaven." The front says Fall Out Boy. So much for Stardust. So much for Tour Dust. Alright. My hook is in here. These balls. You saw how much blanket was there, okay? 6 feet by what? I said 36 inches, 38 inches, okay? Why are these still so big? My balls are a little saggy because I just dropped my hook on the floor. I broke a hook last week and everything. Alright. Now, granted, I can fit my whole fist in there. Okay, but realistically, how did all of this come out of these balls and they still be so big? Make it make sense. Where is my pincher thing? Where's my pincher thing? Pincher thing. It's over here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna walk to the other side of the room, which is 3 steps. Alright. Let's see. I'll pick that up. Handy as a shirt with a pocket. Now we'll pick that up while we're down there. Boop. So, see, what's funny is my Facebook memories popped up that yesterday it has been a year to the day since I broke my leg, which is when I was sent these magical things. I am still using them, so thank you very much to the people that sent me those. Now, put everything back in the bag. But I cannot believe how much yarn is in these balls. And I have 3 more of them. I was going to make a king-size blanket with the 5 of them. And now that I know this, I could have very easily and had yarn left over. Now if I at any time run out of these yarns, this blanket will become two-toned and we will move it into yellow and blue. So it'll be purple, yellow and blue, and purple, gray, and yellow and blue. But I think we have more than enough to finish this blanket. I don't know what KAYLA's doing, because like I said, I have not talked to her because I have been very absent from my YouTube. I posted a bunch of, I'm so glad, and I told the members this, I preloaded all of last week's videos, and it's almost like I had a sense that I needed to. And I needed to. Had I not preloaded most of those, we wouldn't have had videos last week. It just was not going to happen. The only thing that I did last week during everything else that was going on is I did this tutorial, and most of it I did from the couch. So I would crochet a little bit on camera, and then I would sit with my feet up, and then I would come and crochet a little bit on camera. And because the hat only took an hour, I did the other one leisurely. And that's the only reason we had a tutorial last week at all. So, with that, very, very grateful for my family for helping me out. Today, yesterday, I got the house decorated for Halloween. Mostly at the hands of my 2 guys, Mr. Cinnamon and Little Man. Like, they really put work in yesterday. My 2 kids cleaned the living room for me yesterday. Even Little Man vacuumed, which is fantastic. But, like, they know how to clean. I'm not one of those moms that don't teach their kids things, you know. Like, they are going to be fully functioning adults when they leave my house. They're going to know how to do all the things. Cook, clean, sew. Little Man who knows how to use the sewing machine. Someone suggested that to me last week. They were like, you need to teach Little Man something, something. I was like, Little Man knows how to do a lot. Like, I don't play. This ain't no free ride. The only way that this house functioned for years was me having helpers. And I know a lot of people are like, your kids aren't supposed to be doing chores around the house. Yes, they are. How do you teach them how to be adults? How are they going to know how to clean their own house if you don't teach them how to clean the house? I know this because my mom was one of those people that my kids shouldn't be doing that, and she didn't teach me nothing. I learned the hard way as an adult. I don't want that for my kids. I am prepping them fully to be adults. Fully functioning adults. They know how to do dishes. They know how to load the dishwasher. They know how to do dishes by hand. They know how to cook. They know how to sweep, mop, clean the toilet. No, sir. I am not a maid. Yeah, when I had all 4 kids, like, the house did not run unless I had helping hands. It just was not going to happen. There's not, one woman should not be taking care of everything in the house. I watched my mom rub her fingers to the bone working, and I was not going to be that person. No, I was not. Dogs are about to bark because I think the kids are home. Yeah. I'm going to pause so they can pass by, because he's not going to be on the channel. I'll be right back. Alright, so Benny wants to go out. So let's go on. And on Monday Makes, I talk about what I've been making. We talked about the 7-day blanket thing. Oh, like I said, I haven't talked to Kayla and I'm not sure what her plans are, but I am going to continue the make along for the rest of the month. For those of us who are slower or are having issues or for whatever reason, we're going to do the Big Balls make along until the end of the month. And I'm sure Kayla will be okay with that because I'm sure she's going to finish way before me. I know she's going to finish way before me. She's making a 6-day star blanket and I know that she's going to finish way before me, but that's okay. So yeah, I'm going to extend it to the end of the month. And I did get asked about the boobs. We're still going to make a tutorial for knitted knockers. I'm going to fit that in at some point this month. It might be Friday. I got to play this week by ear. Like I said, I have appointments and stuff this week that I will absolutely not miss. So with that, we will be working on knitted knockers at some point. I have to research. Knitted knockers are very strict, as they should be, with what kind of yarn you should use for donations to knitted knockers. But we're going to make boobs for fun. Like, we're going to make fun boob pillows to go along with our knitted knockers donation. So I'm going to show you how to make a pillow, and I'm going to show you how to make the actual knitted knockers for donation purposes. I'm going to make big ones because boobs of all size get breast cancer, and a lot of the knitted knockers I've seen are like small A cups and stuff, and I'm sure that that's fine. But I want to make some big ends because I got big girls, and like, you know, I just think it'll be fun. And then we're going to make big giant boob pillows, which is basically going to be the same thing. We're just going to use like fatter yarn or something. I haven't thought that all the way through. I need to practice. But knitted knockers is specific with what type of yarn they use. They want soft, durable yarn. And I'm going to look at their list and give you an idea. And I know that we all have yarn that will qualify for the knitted knockers. So that will be a video in either next week or the week after. Thursday or Friday video. So that is coming up. I did get asked about that. Alright, now we're going to talk about the chiropractor because the story is kind of funny. Now, the reason I went to the chiropractor, some of you know, I was supposed to go to the chiropractor, Bentley, for my neck. Because I have degeneration in my 5th and 6th vertebrae at the base of my neck. And the doctor was really, my regular doctor was really pushing physical therapy. But I had to go to the hospital because I was having really, really bad pain in my lower back. Come to find out, my entire spine is jacked up. Like, it's really, really jacked up. And like I said, I'm not going into a lot of detail with that because we're still trying to figure some things out. And I made an emergency appointment with a chiropractor because, in case you guys don't know, I don't like taking painkillers, and they gave me serious painkillers in the ER, and I did not at all like that. And so I immediately took action and got into the chiropractor, which is something I've been putting off. I have been scared to go to the chiropractor because I am overweight. I am obese. And I was terrified to go because I get fat shamed at most doctors. And I get told, and I've also seen stuff on the internet where chiropractors are making fun of big patients, and the whole idea scared me. It scared me. And Mr. Cinnamon found me a chiropractor that accepts our insurance, which a lot of chiropractors in this area don't accept any insurance. So that was a plus. I only paid $25 copay out of pocket for Mr. Magic Hands over there. And the chiropractor's kind of old school. Like, he's been in business a long time. He's not a young spring chicken. His equipment, even like his table, looks like it's been there 30, 40 years. It looks older than me. And he has walk-in appointments and emergency appointments available. And I went in, he was a big man. He was not like fat, but he's over 6 feet, he's probably 6'5". He's broad built, so he's a big man. Like, he towered over me. And I'm like, okay, well, you have a less chance of being fat shamed by someone who's real tall like that. I don't know why. I don't know why that is. Like, tall guys tend to not be as big of, like, jerks. I was going to use the D word, but I'm not. I'm not going to go there. And so he walked in and he knew every patient in the room by name. And he's like, do you need the rollers? Do you need the table? Do you need? Like, he knew them by name. Now, going in, he didn't open till 3 in the afternoon on this specific day, and he had walk-ins. And there was already a line, which scared me because I'm like, oh my God. And I don't know nothing about chiropractors. I was like, is this guy going to be a pill pusher? Like, are these people fiending to get their pills from him? And Mr. Sim was like, he's not allowed to write prescriptions. He's a chiropractor. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I don't know nothing about chiropractors. Nothing, you know? But the lady in the front of the line specifically was like, she's looking at her watch, looking at her watch. And I'm like, I was just getting like pill popper vibes from her. I really was. And I'm starting to get nervous. I'm nervous. I'm like, is his table going to hold me? Like, is he going to fat shame me? Is he going to try to push something on me that I don't want to do? Is he going to, and like everything, I have severe doctor fear. Like I said, the members haven't even heard this story because I recorded the members video before I went to the chiropractor. I think I did. He's the one running everything. Like, he doesn't have other people. Like, his wife is behind the desk, but he's running the show. He gets the file. He calls you back. He takes you to the room. And he was rotating patients so fast. I'm like, what is happening? Because I've never been to a chiropractor. Like, what? Why are they in and out so fast? And I'm like, I'm sitting there like, what is happening? And he calls me back. And he has me sit and he asks me a few questions. And I tell him. And he's all, okay, you've been misdiagnosed. That's not what's going on because your pain is in the wrong area. And I'm like, okay. He's all, what's actually happening is, and he pulled out his skeletal form that he had. This is after he felt my bones and after he aligned everything. He pulls out the skeleton and he's like, these bones, and you know, on a skeleton there's them big flat panels, that the paddles that are like your hip bones, like this, okay, and then your pelvis lays in between them, and then your hip sockets here. They're supposed to be like this, and my bones were like this, which is causing compression and nerve pinching in my spine, which is shooting pain down my leg, which is not sciatica. It's actually another one, because the sciatic nerve goes down the back of your leg and the one I'm having goes down the side of my leg, and I don't remember the name of the nerve, but he said my hips are so misaligned that one of my legs is an inch shorter than the other one. And he had me get on the table, which is standing up. I had no idea what was happening. He's all, just lean forward on the table, step on that plate and grab here. And I did. And then the table like lays you down. Like, it literally lifted me up and just laid me down. I'm like, what is this magic? And it was scary. It was so scary. I'm like, what just happened? And he's like, do this, do that, do that. And he's measuring my legs. So like when you're laying on your stomach, he's like, lift your leg up backwards. The bad leg where I'm having all the pain along that side of my body, like I could barely lift. I'm like lifting with all my might this much. This leg went way up in there. This leg's like, nope, that's as far as I can go. This leg's longer because that one is so twisted, it's longer. He's all right, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And he is like working my body, like full weight of his body onto my hips, just bam, bam, jerking, trying to get my hips to realign. It was making the table bang, bang, so loud. Mr. Cinnamon could hear it in the waiting room, which is down the hall and around the corner. And I was like, did you hear that loud banging? He goes, yeah. I was like, that was him readjusting my spine. And he's all, oh my God. Like, it was loud. And my face is in the rollers of the table like this, and there's paper covering it. And the pain was so severe that I'm sweating through the paper, which I didn't realize till I got off the table. I was sweating through the paper. And I went from not being able to move that leg, from him readjusting my hips, to being able to move both legs up a lot higher, backwards. And then he proceeded to pop every one of my ribs. And then he's all, now let's worry about your neck, right? So he props me up off the table. He gets everything realigned. He's all, don't bend a certain way, don't twist, don't bend over and pick things up. He's all, your hips are going to pop back. He's all, we're going to need several sessions to fix this, to get it to stay. He said, be really careful. I'm walking, because walking... Can you stop? Lay down. You're getting on my nerves. He wants to go see boyfriend. I almost said his name. He wants to go see boyfriend. So he is popping me like, he is snap crackling and popping my back like I'm a glow stick. Just crack, 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 crack. Like, just, I have not cracked like that since I was a teenager. Like, it's insane. So he gets me off the table, and this is the point where I realized that I'm sweating profusely, and I almost passed out. Like, I'm so, like, disoriented. And he grabbed me. He's all, get reoriented. Have a seat. So he sits me in the chair, and I already feel taller. I feel taller, which is weird. I actually measured myself, and I shrunk an inch from going to him. I shrunk a whole inch. I'm 2 inches shorter than I used to be now. I don't know. Just body compression, I guess. Old age, right? So he sits me in the chair, and he's all right. Now just relax your head and let me maneuver it. Maneuver, maneuver. And he's got his hands on my face. I'm sweating profusely. My hair is sopping wet. I feel so gross. And he's doing this like in a figure 8. And then he whips my head so hard to the side. It looked like in a movie when they break the characters' necks. You know, they do, like, he whipped it so hard to the side, and it cracked a god-awful loud crack. And I actually, it scared me because I thought, did this man just break my neck? He cracked me like a glow stick, and now he broke my neck, right? Now, here's what I have not told anybody, including Mr. Cinnamon. I have had pain along my side of my neck for months. And I have had limited rotation. I couldn't turn past this. He snapped my neck way beyond that. And now I can look behind me without, like, severe pain and this locking up. It's been going on for months. He's all right, loosen your head again. And now I'm like, I'm scared to loosen it all the way because you're going to break my neck. And he just whack. And it crack, 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 crack. All down the side. And I'm like, what just happened? He's all, okay. And then he starts explaining to me about my skeletal things and why my neck is messed up. And he went into so many details about where all my bones were misaligned in my spine and my neck and why I crochet too much. Crochet sent me to the hospital. I have to get up and get away from crochet. I need to walk around. I need to get back exercising better. I need to start building my muscles to support my body. And I need to start looking up and to the side. I encourage you all to do this because you're going to all end up with the same problem as me. He said teenagers are coming in with the same disc problem from looking at their phones too much. Every single person watching this video, your neck is going to thank you if you just every like half an hour look up, look to the side, rotate. Every half an hour, set your phone. Do it. I'm telling you, do it. Don't end up in the pain I'm in. Don't compress and degenerate your disc. Don't do it. My lower back problems have been happening since I was about 11. So, like, this is just years of ignoring things. So, I just need to just fix a whole lot of things. But I instantaneously felt relief after he broke my neck and then cracked me like a glow stick. Like, I instantly felt better. And then yesterday, in my world, because I'm recording this not obviously I'm not recording this on Monday. I was able to walk around the house without pain for the first time in a while, and I'm like, I literally didn't take any even Motrin yesterday, and I took nothing, just my regular like heart pills, you know. And I'm like, oh, and then I overdid it like I normally do. I did too much. And then today I'm hurting, but we're decorating outside, and that's why I'm like, hey, I need help. I can't do this. I need to actually let go of my control issues and have other people help me and do this for me. And so that's what we're doing today. Very, very happy to have the help. Mr. Cinnamon was not happy about asking Boyfriend to come help, because it's not that he doesn't like Boyfriend. He does like Boyfriend. I mean, he doesn't really know him, but he doesn't like his baby having a boyfriend. He's having a problem with that. He's having to deal with it. I like Boyfriend just fine. I think he has really proven himself to me, to her, to everybody, you know. And so he doesn't like asking for help at all. It's like, I can do it. I'm like, no, I'm asking him for help, and I will buy him dinner, and it'll be fine, and we're gonna have a good time with him, you know. And he's been incredibly helpful. He's just a good person. Like, he's a good kid. And so I'm really, really thankful to have his help. So yeah. I don't know what's happening this week as for videos. I have some ideas of what I want to talk about and record, but I'm getting back to the chiropractor maybe twice this week, and I have some other things I need to take care of, and homeschooling is priority, and my health is a priority right now, and the channel is not. So I make this video, but like, I'm kind of just, I made this video for obligation to KAYLA, and because I really wanted to show you, I wanted to tell you guys the chiropractor story, because I found the chiropractor story to be hilarious, that he broke my neck. He broke my neck. And I honestly felt like I got beat up for the first, like, after I came home from the chiropractor, I felt like I got beat up. Like, I felt bruised everywhere. I felt swollen. I felt like I got beat up. And then the next day, yesterday, I was just like, what the hell magic did this man just put into my body? Because I've been living with things in my neck for way longer than I've admitted. And like, I felt, even though I shrunk an inch, I felt taller, and I felt like I was walking more upright than I have felt in years. Why have I been so afraid to go to a chiropractor? Stupid. And it's so, like, even if he didn't take my insurance, the fee is about $125 for what he did. I would have sold my blood to pay for that bill. I mean, I had the money, that's not a problem. I would have gladly paid him the $125 because the difference that it made. I'm like, why was I so scared of the stupid chiropractor? That's why I tell people all the time, and I tell my kids this specifically, but like, I'm telling this to whoever needs to hear this. Fear is normal. It is okay to be afraid. It is not okay to let that fear stop you from doing things. That is where fear becomes too much. And I know there are a lot of you that have social anxiety, that have just generalized anxiety, that are afraid of doctors like I am, that are afraid of, there's so many things that we just let control our lives, like the fear of screwing up, the fear of trying to make a wearable, the fear of, there's so many things. Don't let that fear stop you from doing things, because you just don't know what is on the other side of that fear. You don't know. Bentley's not afraid to whine this whole time. Benjamin, hey. He's like, I'm not looking at you. Hey. Oh, you're being a bad boy? Go to work. We went to work. You're supposed to be in your bed. Mr. Cinnamon's actually talking to Boyfriend. That's kind of cool. We're just going to call him Boyfriend. He hasn't earned... he hasn't earned us using his name. You can hear they're using his name. He hasn't earned me using his actual name yet. Because I just don't know if I don't know how long he's going to be around. I mean, you know, young teenage love, you know how that stuff goes. But, yeah, that's what's going on in Cinnamon Stitches land. I'm also going to say this. Little Man is enamored with Boyfriend, and Boyfriend is really cool with Little Man. Because they kind of have an understanding. They have the same kind of issues. So it was kind of cool. But Bentley, stop it! Anyway, I'm gonna end this video because I still have to edit and upload it, and I really need to get them back to work before it's too dark because we still have to put Jack Skellington up. But maybe at the end of this video, I will do a quick little run through of our insane amount of Halloween decorations for you guys, because I know you guys like to see that. And if you don't have any idea how crazy we go for Halloween, look for a haunting. There's a video short called A Haunting on Cinnamon Street, and by Cinnamon Stitches. It's a short that I did a couple years ago on some of our decorations. And look for that video and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about with how crazy we go for decorations. But if the video's not on the end of this one, I will definitely do a Halloween video and show you guys some of my Halloween decoration. Is he getting on your nerves as bad as he's getting on my nerves? Like, that is so annoying. I apologize on behalf of him. He usually doesn't do this, but because Boyfriend is out there, he has to go see Boyfriend. And Boyfriend was dog sitter for when we went to Florida, so like, he's not behaving today though. He actually hasn't been behaving for the past 3 days. He's been giving me a lot of problems. I'm doing a lot of retraining with him. And I think it's because Mommy's sick, so he's extra, like, I'm going to protect mode. And so we've been doing a lot of retraining with him. He's still a puppy though. He's only 2. And he is still like teenage brain, so he's kind of dumb still. You know, they do things and they don't, you know what a teenager's like. They do things, but they don't think about the consequences of doing things. That's Bentley. If you're the praying type, I really could use some prayers. Just for dealing with crap and for the pain itself. If you don't pray, just send me light, send me love, send me positive energy, light a candle for me, send some leaves up into there. I don't know, do something. Like, whatever it is you believe in, I believe it too. And I will feel that. I appreciate you guys listening to me. Last week was a difficult week, and I just want to move forward from it, and I want to just do the things that's necessary to take care of myself, which I've been just avoiding at all costs. And we're going to continue the crochet along, the make along with the big balls for the rest of October. It's going to be Big Ball October. We're just going to go until we finish those balls. And then I have such fun stuff I want to plan with you guys. I want, if I can pull it off this week, no pressure on myself. I want to show you guys, I have a box back there of Halloween crochet decorations to give you an idea of things you can make for Halloween for crochet decorations. But also I bought a big black light and I was shining it. I want to show you some of my fluorescent yarns in here. And I have another big ball of yarn that I want to cake up and use because it's the Power Ball. It's a big giant ball of like wool hand-dyed yarns. I want to make something out of that because it fluoresces and I didn't know it fluoresces. And I'm just thinking that would be such a cool like shawl or sweater or something like that for Halloween night. Because I'm probably the one that's going to take Little Man trick-or-treating. So with that, thank you so much for bearing with me through all of this. Thank you for listening to me. Hopefully in the next couple of videos I get more towards just being myself, because I really don't feel myself today, and I know you guys can feel that. But yeah, I appreciate each one of you being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.